To dispose us for the Jubilee of Hope this coming 2025. Holy Mother Church wishes to dedicate this year, 2024, to prayer. The only way to understand prayer is by looking at it in its proper context. That is our relationship with God. Prayer is the conversion that springs from one's relationship with the Almighty. This spiritual conversation is filial in nature. It is a loving conversation between a father and his children. It is the heart-to-heart dialogue of children with the Father. This filial relationship is real on account of baptism. When we were baptized, we were adopted by God. Realize, dear brothers and sisters, that our presence here this morning is our collective testimony to the truth of what Therese said. Each of us, in one way or another, have benefited from the prayers of Saint Therese. We have all caught a petal or two of roses she sent from heaven. She continues doing good in heaven by praying for us. Let our hearts speak to God's heart. Desire nothing but to be loved by God and love Him in return. Amen.
As we celebrate today the feast of Saint Therese of the Child Jesus, we reflect on the gospel question that is given to us today: who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus gave us a very clear answer. He brought forward a child, presented the child to the disciples, and said, "The greatest in the kingdom of heaven is one who is like this child." The disciples were no longer children. They have all grown up. And an indication of having grown up is that they were asking the question and competing among themselves, who is the greatest among them. Little children do not ask that question. It does not even occur to them. They just enjoy being with each other. They just enjoy playing together, and they long to be with the ones they love. That's all they want. It never occurs to them the question whether they are great or not, better than the others or lesser, and so forth. That is what makes little children great in the eyes of God. Disappointments are products of expectations. And the expectations that have been planted into our minds and hearts, these are what make us old, because they take away the innocence of childhood. Children know what commitment means. And commitment simply means keeping one's promises, being true to one's words, which Jesus taught us. Did not the Lord say, if you want to say yes, say yes. If you want to say no, say no. Anything more comes from the evil one. And children understand that. That is why we must never shirk from giving children, little children, responsibilities. Our world today is so overprotective. Yung mga anak ay wag patatrabahuin. Wag bigyan ng gagampanin kasi hindi pa marunong yan. You're allowing them to miss out on the lessons of life if we do not give them responsibilities that are age appropriate. They know how to keep commitments. They instinctively consider responsibilities as an affirmation of their personhood, of their being. And yet, sometimes we lose sight of this value that children have because we ourselves have broken many promises, have been irresponsible, and we project them on little children. Humility, single-heartedness, single-mindedness, which you can translate to integrity. These are what make little children worthy of God's kingdom. When we recover those values in our hearts, in our lives, we may yet also be worthy of God's kingdom.